Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We'll start in a few minutes. We'll just give some people some time to join, and we'll be back shortly. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to add them into the little chat box. And we'll try and get those questions answered as soon as possible. I think we'll give them another 2 minutes, and then we'll start. Okay, I think we're ready to start now. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Sante Business Solutions webinar. And today we're going to be talking about transformation and change management. I'd like to encourage you guys to comment, ask questions. If I don't get to all of you, please just email them to me and I'll make a plan to get on a call with you or respond via email, whichever your preference would be. But again, thank you so much for joining us, and I really appreciate you making the time. And it's only going to benefit yourself, your organization, as well as your employees. So let's get into it. So the video is not going to, the webinar is not going to be very long. I like to keep things in bite-sized chunks because, you know, information overload is a thing. And I have dry mouth syndrome. So, but anyway, so let's go. I'm going to share my screen with you. And let's get into this. And here we go. So we should start in a minute. Right. So I am so thankful that you guys could be here with us today. And again, I appreciate you making the time. So transformation and change management. It's a tongue twister, isn't it? Well, it feels like one. But, you know, post-COVID, people are like, what is post-COVID? I mean, do we know how to navigate organizational changes? Are people accepting of these changes? How do we transform? How do we go from the old to the new? Digital is everything. So you don't have to be a millennial to know that. So yeah, so this is our webinar, and I hope you enjoy it. So who am I? Who am I? Wow. So I'm the group head of Sante CBT Pty Limited and the managing director of Sante Business Solutions. So we've evolved over the years, and we did administration, and then we did some project management, we did facilities management, we did registrations, we assisted employees with immigration issues, work visas, permits at the time, and corporate visas. So those are just a few things that we've helped our clients with. And so we'd like to have the opportunity to offer you the same services, if not more. I don't like to use a one-stop shop, but that is basically what we are. But we'll talk a bit more about what and who Sante is. So I started in the call center. Yeah, I was a telesales agent, and hard work, fielding calls, outbound calls. I always wanted to be an inbound agent because it looked like such an easy job. But I'm so thankful that I started there. And I worked my way up into corporate banking, and I was head of finance for a top Fortune 500 company. So I've been through mergers, acquisitions, immigration issues, because South Africa seems to be changing their laws, you know, on the fly sometimes. So you've got to be in the know, and your information has to be absolutely up to date in anything that you do in your organization. But I think, you know, we should always start, you know, they say start at the beginning. Okay, so when you started your business and you knew you had this idea of where you were going, but you didn't know how to get there, so that's where we would come in, and we'd guide you. Don't do this, no, do this. Like, it's more of a puzzle effect. So we work hand in hand with our clients on their day-to-day needs. So I focus more on the education factor. So, you know, when you were younger, your grandparents or uncles and aunts used to say, you know, education is everything, you know, so, which is absolutely true, because if you don't have the education or the proper tools to equip you, you're going to fail, you know. And I don't like to use the word fail, but if you don't have the skill, the education, the focus, the drive, and also, it's so true, it is who you know. It's absolutely, this world is absolutely who you know. So, well, now you know me. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so transformation and change management, transforming organizations by changing managers' mindsets. And this is so true because everything has to start from the top and it's got to trickle down. You cannot start from the bottom and go up because, you know, someone at the bottom says, oh, yeah, but I think we should do it like this. And then the boss says, no, but what makes you qualified, you know, which in a sense is wrong because you've hired the employee. And everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But yes, it is your business, and you have to make an informed decision as the manager, as the CEO, as the MD, and you have to work with the knowledge base that's going to help your business succeed. So with this presentation, I hope to help small to medium-sized businesses move with the times, equip them with the tools to streamline their processes and transform their way of thinking, because the way of thinking is just absolutely important. So if you are open-minded, let's go. One thing I want to let you guys know that you stick around till the end of the webinar. I'd like to send you guys a free gift. And so if you're around later on, I will definitely be sending this over to you, and I'll tell you when this is going to be made available. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you have the following questions, then you are in the right place, okay? We are more innovation and no procrastination. Do you have an idea or mandate, but not sure how to get started? Are you stagnating? Do you know what is trending post-COVID? Not sure what transformation and change management looks like? You're in the right place. So Sante Business Solutions, we assist organizations with business processes from registrations, administration, facilities, immigration to marketing. So there's all these wonderful things, including but not limited to. That's my favorite, including but not limited to. So, so with the help of our sponsors, we host podcasts, webinars, and we are open source. So we also facilitate workshops on behalf of our clients. So who are our suppliers? Our supplier database have become renowned for its ability to always be bottomless, okay? So if you can think of a supplier, we probably have that supplier. If you can think of a job that needs to be done, we can get the job done, guaranteed. And so why choose us? Because we are focused, we are driven, we pride ourselves in excellence, getting the job done. So yeah, so with our help and our company stability, we can help you stabilize, grow, and also navigate through this digital sphere that we are in at the moment. Okay, so introduction. Transformation and change management. How do we navigate this? And what tools should we use to get over some of these hurdles? Transformation starts here. Transformation starts now. Transformation starts with changing your mindset. And that is so important. Again, I can't stress enough how important it is to change your mindset. Okay, so just diving straight in, decreasing data and increasing intuition. Be creative, be inventive. So some people may say, oh, but I'm not a creative person, or how do I do this? Everyone has a creative bone in their body. Whether it's drawing a stick man or being able to do origami. My daughter's amazing at these things, but she hates art, which is quite bizarre. But you know, if you can use it if you're doing something that you love, half the battle is won, right? So be creative within your means, with what you know how to do, and build on that. That is so important. You have to love what it is that you're doing. So the internet is inundated with data. We are not saying that you shouldn't research. We are not saying that data is not important. Data is very important, because without data, we can't make an informed decision. What are we saying? We are saying that if you use more intuition to drive meaningful conversations, again, there we go, who you know, to having successful outcomes, more collaboration is needed. Again, it's who you know. So I'm a big believer in networking, meeting new people, just being involved in so many things, because the more you absorb, the more information you have to give to someone who's not able to be in your circles, to someone who's not able to access internet, to someone who's like selling biscuits on the street. If you take 20 minutes out of your day, you could help that man or woman start a little stand at a flea market. Give these people ideas. We're not only building a brand, we are building a community as well. So again, it starts with ideas from work projects, personal growth. It all starts with a single idea. You have to start somewhere. You have to have that idea. So stop procrastinating and write it down. Get creative and research it, brainstorm it, get input. Remember, no man is an island, and step outside your comfort zone. They always say the grass is not always greener on the other side. Like, no, it actually could be if you take your own fertilizer. Your fertilizer would be your knowledge, your skill that you've learned, and the education that comes with it. So we all have goals and we all need goals. So set realistic goals. Don't forget, these have to be achievable within the time frame you're giving yourself. Once you've locked that idea down, you have to set those realistic ones, implement them. And no, it doesn't take critical thinking. It's not rocket science. You're either going to sink or you're going to swim. Again, it's not as black and white, but the simpler you make it, the better it's going to be. You can rather build on an idea than to have this huge idea and not know, oh gosh, I've started something, like how now? So be realistic. Doesn't require critical thinking. Just do it. There's no better time than now. Start today. Open that restaurant, start that new business, complete that registration to further your studies. Education is so important. Pursue whatever it is with no strings attached approach. I like that. So use every free minute you have to become a well-rounded human being. Instead of binging on series, why not just binge on a TED Talk, couple webinars, something that piques your interest? I've gone through weeks and weeks of binging series. And that's just because you either feel depressed or things are not going your way. And everyone says, I deserve an off day. I deserve an off day. And if you think about all the time that you've wasted with said off day, you could have built an empire. So there's so much information out there. There are so many webinars that are educational, open sourced information. So not only will this open you up to new things, but it may be the best advice I could ever give you. So where transforming your behavior and thinking begins is stay positive and don't stagnate. Stay positive, one step at a time. Do not stagnate. Do what you love and motivate those around you to do what they love to. Again, we're not only building a brand, but we're trying to build communities as well. Transformation, what it looks like. Okay, office versus coffee shop. So if you had a look post-COVID, how many people sit in coffee shops and work compared to pre-COVID? Who needs an office? They offer free Wi-Fi, amazing coffee. May not be at a reasonable amount, but good coffee, there's no price. So yeah, so sales of coffee has increased dramatically. And this is not household consumption. Collaboration spaces versus office spaces and cubicles to coffee shops and restaurants. This is the thing now, hot desking. Hot desking was huge in the US before COVID. The world's only come onto this now. Is it maybe just South Africa? So office capacity, the office today, post-pandemic world looks very different to what it used to. The chances of seeing a full office fall short by just 2%. Internet service providers sales have boomed post-pandemic. This data is the increase for the past year only. Can you imagine? I cannot believe it. I mean, like that's hectic, like 12.7%. So ADSL, there's ADSL users like, no, we've got to stay with ADSL. I don't trust fiber, I don't trust the internet. These days you could use your watch to pay for your groceries. So in general, some of those ADSL users have now gone into fiber. So it used to be their be all and end all. Now fiber is their be all and the end all. And this data shows for only one ISP, this is so much already. These figures that were released in June last year. So move with the times, hey? So you have to move with the times. You cannot stagnate. Working from home has proven that generational change is required in order to be successful. Approximately 63% of South Africans say their productivity has increased. This changes everything, especially when planning is concerned. Millennials, in general, are not overly emotional thinkers, but when they suggest change, understand that it comes from a place of intuitive thinking. They have witnessed the expansive growth of technology and more progressive, creative, and far thinking than any other generation. They are such forward thinkers. I would like to consider myself as a forward thinker, but my daughter could tell you a thing or two. So what do we have to do? We have to move with the times or get left behind. Management styles have changed. A workforce now comprises of the following: in-person, remote, or hybrid. There's so much to say. There's so much more to say about this because hybrids are the thing. Gives you the best of both worlds. So moving along. Change management, the new normal. What is the new normal? Hybrid and remote working has become the new normal. These days, offices have become social destinations, absolutely. Because now what's happened is they're so excited to go. Previously on a Sunday, it's like, oh gosh, do I have to go to work tomorrow? I just don't feel like it. Oh my word, the weekend was too short. Now they're so excited to go into office to see familiar faces. So thoughts of offices being a place of work has decreased over the past years. And these spaces are now used to have those face-to-face interactions with their fellow colleagues. So change starts with management's mindset. And going into the office has now become a social event. This has now become something employees look forward to. So for those working moms like myself, seeking intellectual conversations, and I'm generalizing, and interactions to team building and office celebrations. And what have we learned? We've learned that change is inevitable. Change is absolutely inevitable. There's nothing you can do. There's no way that you're going to be able to move away from it. Now, more demands for flexible employees and workspaces, which is absolutely amazing. Well, that's just my personal opinion. So with change management and transformative thinking, a future workforce does exist. This requires flexible workspaces and employment conditions. Research now shows that employees would take a pay cut seriously to hold on to the ability to either work remote or hybrid. So it's more quality over quantity in terms of spending family time, because you want to spend good quality family time rather than, oh gosh, I've got a PTA meeting and I have to leave work early, and then I have to cook supper, and then I have to, and then I have to, and then I have to. And then at the end of the day, your kids are asleep and you haven't had a good laugh with them. I mean, since working from home, I've enjoyed way more laughs with my kids, and I'm so shocked that they are still very quiet upstairs. So yeah, so not only does this promote freedom to work anywhere, but also contributes to mental health across the board, which is absolutely, absolutely important. Mental health is absolutely important, and I cannot stress that enough. Executives currently have the responsibility to change their thought processes. There is no box to think outside of anymore in relation to working in an office. So the old office setup no longer exists. And with the sooner you accept that, the sooner we can transform, the sooner we can change. We are not saying that every employee has the opportunity of working remotely or has the luxury of a hybrid environment. But again, that varies from business to business. So we can't say that every employee can work from home. I mean, I don't think a doctor can work from home. So apologies, dry mouth syndrome. So performance. With change management and transformative thinking, a future workforce does exist. This requires flexible workspaces, environment conditions. Research shows employees would take a pay cut and hold on to the ability to work remote. So we've discussed all of these things, but this just shows you that the 5 main factors in transforming and changing your mindset is that by changing your mindset, you transform the work environment, and the result you get is absolute performance. What we are saying is that those employees who cannot be included, again, could be incentivized somehow. And again, this would vary from business to business. The effects of these changes, the most important aspect of transformation is your mental health, removing stress from, for example, traffic. Who likes sitting in traffic? You sit in traffic for an hour, you get to work, you're more stressed out, you're more tired, and then you struggle to get going because you're still trying to come down from traffic stress. Or being glued to that desk, oh my God, their ball and chain, and then also that 9 to 5 rat race. So to recap, what are my takeaway tips and what should yours be? So never forget that we are all replaceable. The world will move on without you. Trust me. You are just a number. If you're an employee that's joined us today, you are a number. Unless it's a small family business or a startup and everyone knows your name, then it's different. But if you're in corporate, I can almost promise you the CEO doesn't know your name. So make an impact, but within reason. Do what you can with what you have. And if you don't have what you need, then you need to speak to your manager. Never ever be afraid to ask for help, to ask for advice, because the world will carry on without you. So sitting in an office for long hours is no longer required. And the pandemic has shown that this is it is an actual thing. Because it's now no more, I need this thing done, and you cannot leave here before 6 o'clock, and you have to work overtime, and you have to. So now it's, you know what, you can work for 4 hours, go home, pick the kids up from school, do what you need to do, go back online, and you actually get more out of the employee, so yeah, so those sitting in office long hours, yeah, you can sit at your dinner table with your laptop, after dinner, not during dinner. So don't be hard on yourself. We are all human. We all make mistakes. But again, ask for help, get much needed advice, and do not hesitate to contact Sante Business Solutions for any inquiry. We are here to help you. So again, change your mindset. You're the only one who can stop your growth. So just wake up in the morning, be grateful that you are breathing, and start your day with positive vibes. And keep moving. Move with the times. This is not a Kodak moment, So Kodak didn't want to change, and look where that ended them up. In hot water, So this is the pre-gift time. So thank you so much for joining our webinar, and just for sticking it out till now. I want to encourage you to email us, and we'll send you over your free gift. There's also, just because you've been on this webinar today, or if you're watching a recording of it, please send us an email or send us a WhatsApp, or find us on any of our social media platforms, and we'll send through your free business assessment. And again, that's obligation free. You can call us if you don't understand something in your business, or you need some advice. You can use this 30 minutes for whatever it is that you need us to do for you. So what I'm going to do now is, before we continue, I'm going to answer a couple questions, and I'll continue with the next couple slides, and then we'll end it off as soon as possible. So if there are any questions, please send them through. There are quite a few here. They will be answered shortly. If they don't, so our team will be answering all your questions. If they don't get your questions and the webinar ends, please again send me an email, and I will make sure that I personally respond to you, or I'll give you a call. Okay. So again, thank you so much for joining us. And again, if our team's not able to get through all your questions, there are quite a few people online. So if our team cannot get through all the questions, please feel free to email me. So life hacks to live by. Be more flexible. Flexibility is so important, because you cannot have like tunnel vision. You have to be able to juggle as many balls as you can, as within reason. Like, you just got to be like sane. So just keep yourself sane. Excuse me. Keep yourself sane, be flexible, but try and do as much as you can with the time that's given to you. Have meaningful conversations is so important. Meaningful conversations, these days, people make the world go round. So does money, but people make the world go round. And if you are having meaningful conversations, whether it's a cup of coffee, whether it's an email or WhatsApp, you never know who's listening. You never know where it's going, So do what is required from you within the stipulated time. To be successful, you have to understand the concept of time management. So I know that a lot of managers, a lot of directors, there are so many CEOs that'll say time is money. Time is money, because if you are going to be mucking about at the office, they're going to say, look, I'm paying you a salary, and I'm paying for your lunch, and I'm not getting what I need, and I'm losing money. So just make sure that you manage your time correctly. Build trust, have a support system. Your growth potential is boundless. You can be successful. You can do what you have set out to do. Start it and finish it. If you fail, I hate the word fail, but if you do not pass, begin, or collect 200. Reevaluate, rebrand, retry. Find your balance and promote mental health. Change starts with changing your mindset. So, your free business assessment is on its way to you. Please, please, please give us a call. You can send me a WhatsApp if you didn't get your business assessment coupon. So, but I just want to say thank you so much again to everyone who's made the time to be with us. And then also, I would also like to encourage you to send us an email if you have any questions. And if our team, if they can't get through all the comments, the questions or queries, please, please, please feel free to send me an email or WhatsApp me, and I will respond immediately. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for watching. And good luck. God bless.